Hi, I'm Jhonna, and this is my channel, Jhonna Unfiltered. This channel is my learning diary, where I share my journey of discovering everything from personality types to how to care for different dog and cat breeds. I want to be clear that I am not a professional veterinarian or a pet expert. I am a learner just like you, documenting what I find. Because I want this diary to be as real as possible, I have a special request. It's becoming quite challenging to find unique, high-quality pet photos online, and AI-generated images are not always perfect, so I would much rather feature your pets than a generic photo. If you would like to see your dog or cat featured in my upcoming videos, please send a high-quality photo to jhonna.unfiltered@zohomail.com. When you email me, please include your pet's name, their breed. Even mixed breeds are very welcome, a bit about their personality so I can introduce them properly, and a short note giving me permission to use their pictures on this channel and in future videos. I may not be able to say exactly when your pet will appear, but having real pets from our small community would really mean a lot. So, let's build this together. Now, let's talk about something interesting today, the Barbet, also known as the French water dog. And I want to be honest, when I first heard about this breed, I had no idea it even existed, and that already tells you something. This dog is very rare. Not just a little rare, but the kind of rare where even dog lovers might never see one in real life. And there is a reason for that. After World War II, this breed almost disappeared completely, like it was close to being gone forever. And it only survived because a small group of dedicated breeders in France decided to bring it back in the 1970s. Which honestly makes me respect this breed more, because it is not just a dog. It is like a piece of history that people fought to save. And even today, it is still not common. And because of that, it is also quite expensive. So if you are thinking of getting one, expect a high price. But of course, owning a dog is not just about money. It is about time, care, and commitment. And this is something I always remind myself too, especially since pets depend on us fully. Now, let's talk about the name. Barbet comes from a French word that means beard. And when you look at this dog's face, you will understand why. They have this soft, curly hair around their mouth that really looks like a beard. And honestly, it makes them look very cute, but also a little messy. And that messy look actually matches their personality. Because these dogs were originally bred to work in water, hunting ducks in muddy areas like swamps and marshes. So they're not the type of dog that wants to stay clean all the time. In fact, there is even an old saying in France that basically means as muddy as a barbet. And that says a lot. So if you're someone who likes a very clean house all the time, this might not be the best match for you. Because this dog loves water, loves mud, and will not hesitate to jump into a dirty puddle if given the chance. And I think this is something people should really think about before choosing a breed. Because sometimes we like how a dog looks, but we are not ready for their natural behavior. And that can lead to stress for both the owner and the dog. Now, personality-wise, the Barbet is known to be very friendly, very social, and very easygoing. They're often described as happy dogs, the kind that enjoy being around people. And they're also known to be very tolerant, which makes them good for families, even with children. But of course, no dog is perfect. And every dog still needs proper training and attention. And I always believe that a dog's behavior is also shaped by how we treat them. So even a naturally friendly dog can develop problems if not guided properly. Now here is something interesting. A lot of people confuse the Barbet with other curly-haired dogs, especially the poodle, the Portuguese water dog, and even those popular mixed breeds like golden doodles. And I understand why. Because they all have that curly, fluffy look. But there are differences. For example, the poodle usually looks more elegant and slim, while the Barbet has a more natural, slightly heavier build, and looks a bit more rugged. Or let's say less styled, like it just woke up and didn't fix its hair. The Portuguese water dog is usually more energetic and intense, while the Barbet is more relaxed and calm. And then there is the Lagotto Romagnolo, which is smaller, has tighter curls, and is known for truffle hunting. So even if they look similar, their roles and personalities can be quite different. And this is why learning about breeds is important, because appearance alone does not tell the full story. And I think this is something we can also apply in real life, not just with dogs but with people too. We should not judge based only on what we see, because there is always more underneath. Now, going back to the Barbet. One thing I personally find interesting is how balanced they seem. They are playful, but not too hyper. Friendly, but not too needy. And active, but not overwhelming. And that kind of balance is actually hard to find. But again, it depends on the owner. Because even the best breed can become difficult if their needs are ignored. So if you are someone who enjoys a calm, but still playful companion, and you do not mind a bit of mud and grooming, then this breed might be worth learning more about. But if you prefer a very low-maintenance dog, then maybe not. And that is okay, because the right pet should match your lifestyle, not just your preferences. And for me, that is something I keep reminding myself. Because at the end of the day, having a pet is a responsibility, not just a hobby. So before we end, I just want to ask you something. Have you ever seen a rare dog breed like this in real life? Or do you prefer more common breeds that are easier to care for, and why? I would really like to know your thoughts. So feel free to share them in the comments, because I read them and they help me learn too. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I want to be upfront and share that I use this text-to-speech voice to tell my stories because as a full-time ESL teacher, I have to be very careful with my vocal cords. Managing vocal nodules means I have to save my voice for my students, but I didn't want that to stop me from sharing these unfiltered thoughts with you. I'm Jhonna, and I'm currently working toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers so I can finally monetize this channel and turn this passion into a sustainable part of my future. This is my diary of solo living here in the Philippines, and your support, whether through a comment or a sub, helps me keep this channel growing. If you would like to help out even more, you can check out the Buy a Treat for My Pets link in the description. My dogs definitely appreciate the love. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss the next update. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey. I'm Jhonna, and I will see you in the next one.